domestic disturbance ended in a deadly police-involved shooting overnight. Thanks so much for joining us here at noon. I'm Brooke Hash. LMPD said it happened on North 25th Street in the Portland neighborhood, and we do know one of the two people shot is dead. The chief said a call came in saying someone likely on drugs pulled a gun on other members of their family, and that there was a child in the house as well. Officers responded around 8:45 last night and heard loud arguing coming from a room upstairs. The chief said they tried to talk with people in that room, but when the situation escalated, those officers forced their way in and shots were fired.
The officers immediately rendered life-saving aid to the individuals. One individual died, unfortunately, at the scene. Medics transported the other to the University of Louisville Hospital, where he is in critical condition.
Chief Jackie Gwynn said officers did find guns in that upstairs room. It was not made clear how many officers were involved or if they fired the deadly shot. They were wearing body cameras, and the video is set to be released within the next 2 weeks per LMPD policy. Right now here at noon, taking a live look at a hearing underway in Frankfort focused on public safety and a new gun safety bill. It got underway just a couple of hours ago, around 10 o'clock this morning. Marianne Elliott, whose husband Tommy was killed in the Old National Bank mass shooting, is among those in Frankfort today for this hearing. You see many of them wearing green scarves for mental health awareness. Their focus is on a bill called CAR, which stands for Crisis Aversion and Rights Retention. And its goal is to remove guns from Kentuckians considered a risk to themselves or others. Weapons could not be removed without a court order, and the person would have a chance to make their case to keep them. The bill, sponsored by Republican State Senator Whitney Westerfield, already has bipartisan support. Among those who've testified in support of this bill this morning is Jeffersontown Police Chief Rick Sanders.
Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a law and order guy. I'm unapologetic for locking up bad guys. But we've also got to think outside the box and try to keep people from killing people.
Our senior reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez is in Frankfort right now covering this hearing. We'll have full reports here on WHAS 11 beginning at 4.
Did you know Bryce Rhodes?
A witness refusing to testify in the trial for triple murder suspect Bryce Rhodes, but later laying out the role he played in the deaths of two teen brothers. Rhodes is accused of killing a man, then killing the two boys who told their mother about the murder they witnessed. Jacory Taylor was one of 3 teenagers who took plea deals in this case, which included testifying against Rhodes. After the judge reminded him of that, Taylor described what happened on that night in 2016.
I want you to violate him. I was scared, so I'm like, what you mean? He said, I want you to punch him in his chest, and if you hit him in his face, I'm gonna hit you. He had me punching him, and he said, stop. I feel like just as guilty as we her. Couldn't do nothing though. I mean, I was scared. I was scared. I don't know. I just know couldn't really save him.
Now, that trial continues today, but the judge does not expect it to go beyond next week. We are learning more about the allegations of corruption against former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll. He's charged with 15 felonies for theft, public corruption, and ghost employment. New documents show Knoll paid consulting fees to former Scott County Sheriff Kenneth Eubanks using the Clark County jail funds. Those fees were worth more than $265,000 between 2015 and 2022. The documents reveal a witness told Indiana State Police that Eubanks declined to take a 1099 tax form related to these payments because then he'd have to pay taxes on them. Knoll's next court appearance is scheduled for January 8th of next year. A woman died after she was hit by a car in Newburgh. Officers said a car traveling toward Hikes Lane Wednesday night hit 63-year-old Trinity Sullivan while she was crossing Newburgh Road. Sullivan was taken to the hospital where she died yesterday. Investigators said the driver of that car stayed on the scene. Louisville Metro Police released photos of the car they believe hit a young man and then took off in the Highlands. The vehicle is a silver or tan Nissan Rogue or Murano with a large dent in the driver's door. It also should now have damage to the hood of that vehicle from the collision. Our Taylor Woods and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie spoke to the victim's family. He just got out of the hospital and they're offering a reward to find the driver.
just to see him laying there, bloody mess. But he was there.
It was around 1 o'clock this past Saturday morning when Jacob Doherty was leaving a work Christmas party at Flanagan Ale House in the Highlands when he was hit by an SUV that kept going.
Hit the crosswalk. One of his friends and coworkers was in front of him. Another one was behind him.
That put Jacob in the hospital with a head injury and hairline fracture. His family says he was thrown in the air, landing hard on the roadway. Louisville Metro Police are looking for this silver or tannish Nissan Rogue, possibly stolen with no tags on it. It has damage on the hood along with previous damage of a large dent on the driver door.
What I was told, it pulled down a couple blocks and turned on its hazards, then just kept going.
Now out of the hospital, these are new photos of Jacob at home recovering. Doherty's parents say it's a miracle he is still here just in time for the holidays.
We're truly blessed.
They say his recovery is remarkable and going well. They're offering a $5,000 reward for the arrest and conviction of the suspect.
But still at the same time, we want to find this person that did this and left the scene and left him there.
April Doherty hopes that person turns himself in. She says the love and support shown to Jacob is overwhelming.
It's unbelievable. We are so grateful for the angels around him, the eyewitnesses that ran to his aid and put towels under his head, and the police officers that were immediately on scene.
Now she and her husband are waiting patiently for justice.
If anyone knows about this hit and run from Saturday, you can always stay anonymous by calling your tips in at 574-LMPD. The Kentucky Supreme Court has upheld the Republican-drawn boundaries for state and congressional districts. The court rejected the Democrats' claim that the GOP's map-making was in violation of the state's constitution. The court noted the alternative proposal would result in the same advantage for Republicans in either state or national elections. The justices referred to redistricting as an inherently political process assigned to the legislature. The leaders of the Kentucky House Democratic Caucus disagree with this decision, saying it gives legislative majorities much more authority to protect themselves at the expense of many voters, while guaranteeing more political polarization from decades to come. Well, Secretary of State Republican Michael Adams said he is pleased with the decision, calling the lawsuit reckless and hypocritical following the Democrats' loss of legislative control they had previously won for decades under these very same rules.